It's Adam here. Just wanted to finally review this time. I wanted to finally give a final review this time for Ghost Recon Wildlands. Now, it may have taken me a little over 3 weeks just to finally get this game done, but this game honestly has a lot to offer. I know I'm almost 3 years late. That's actually true, but hey, I couldn't do any of this 3 years ago, and so I can do it now. And now that I've played this game, I keep wanting to come back and roam around. I make another save slot. I actually have a few. And I wanted to try ghost mode, which is really fun actually. Let's see here. Just gotta find more. See if we can find more things to do. But every time that I want to play this game, it honestly just gives me like more of a challenge.
Now what is the cartel gonna do without cocaine labs? Still too bad about El Emisario. I don't think he was a bad guy.
Wow.
Just weak, you know?
Well, that's weird how I can still hear the audio when he's that far. But it's fine. And one of the things I'd like to start off with this review is just the map. It's the whole game, the story. Everything takes place in Ubisoft's version of Bolivia. One thing that I like about this is that it captures the realism of things that can happen in this world involving combating a cartel, the espionage, and sometimes when you make it to the final boss, it's not a happily ever after ending once you finally take him down. Which I liked that part. It showed us that hey, it's like you don't get happy endings all the time in this. You sometimes get the lesser evil. Even though this game came out 3 years ago, I'm still not saying much about the ending just because I want someone to experience this game. It's just that good. In this world, you are Nomad. That's my character right now. Currently, that's just the look of him. That's Nomad. A ghost squad leader that can, that's fully customizable here, with the objective to kill or capture El Sueño. And to get to him, you need to take out 2 out of 4 of the operation leaders. We look at that here. You got El Muro Cardenal, El Yayo, and the Beauty Queen, La Reina de Belleza. And so, with taking out each of these other smaller leaders, you have to defeat them to get to these bosses in order to get to the underbosses. And also, from what you can see here, this map is very big. There's still some parts that I need to explore of it. That way I can just collect some of the nice collectibles, weapons, gear parts. There's a lot of loot to find in this game, which I like. A lot of the regions are very beautiful. There's mountains, there's a big lake. That's pretty much what this region is. It's just one big lake. But it's still very nice. I like the setting. Mountains, there's rocky mountains. There's snow, which is very nice. Very high altitude. There's a lot of ways to get around this map. You use motorcycles, cars, helicopters. You use like big military vehicles like, let's see here. There's a car, there's a truck, jeeps, APCs. That's the word I'm looking for. Which are actually pretty fun to maneuver unless you go off-road, which they're definitely hard. And with a little over 16 different provinces with its own boss, this map is bigger than Far Cry 5's Hope County, which it's just so much bigger. So much bigger. It may look, I don't know, it's either that like that each province is just a lot bigger, maybe its own region, it could be its own region in Far Cry 5, or maybe I'm just looking at the map super zoomed out. But it's still a big map. There's a lot to do, but when you have a lot to do, you need to look at the mechanics of the game, and that's what we're going to now. Now, seeing as how it's very complicated, when I first had to learn what these all do, including just how to get all this, it was very, very complicated because I hadn't played this much of a tactical shooter since Future Soldier. Future Soldier was its own level of tactical, and playing that on its hardest difficulty definitely requires a great amount a great amount of stealth and cover. Oh yeah, I can unlimited sprint, which is good, which is one of the skills. When I first started, I practiced stealth a lot. Just normal difficulty, stealth, just try and see how the game works. And then the more that I got better at stealth, the more then I got skills. I got more skill points. That way I could take out enemies like a lot more quicker. I could increase the skills also in my teammates actually. In the squad, I just need a few more. Some of these, like this Born Leader, if I'm playing by myself, I always have my AI teammates. I need them to be very efficient so that we can survive more. I've got this to where you have things like this to where, you know, you survive more, you take more shots. And the skill tree was very helpful to get me enough skills and equipment, since you get things like more mines, which I need to save those points. You got more mines, you got flare gun rounds, you get better binocular recon, more C4 charges. You can upgrade your drone. That's the word I'm looking for. Upgrade your drone, and you can even get the medic. All these things here, if you at least get one of each of the skills, then you get the epic skills. Even though I'm almost done with the game, well, even though by the time I finished it I had almost all of them, it was still good enough to go roaming around, just fighting enemies and just picking up skill points. It felt good so that I could increase my character, which means that soon I can just go running around as an unstoppable force in nature. And you can change your loadout on the fly, which is really good. I see that I have, well, you can see that I have a lot of guns from multiplayer and from just going around and looking for them. They're very good. This is one of my favorites here. It's like an op CS:GO reference. We got other ones like this, which the guns that the bosses drop can be really good, like this one. And each one has its own feel, its own stats, how powerful it is, and they all help if you're in a full squad and you're more of an assault type. Someone's just picking them off from the distance and you're just trying to get close. I like that. And speaking of the multiplayer co-op, I've been playing with my brother recently, and we would sometimes mess up, but that's because he is still learning, because I got him into this game just a few days ago. And sometimes I will admit, during the game I did fall through the terrain a little bit. I encountered some bugs, even though this is a downloaded copy. I encountered some bugs in the game to where I was coming down from a helicopter, or I would pull my parachute just a little too late. I wouldn't die, but I would just fall right through.
Stay sharp. I got a Sicario with a submachine gun around the truck.
I would fall right through the terrain, and it just felt a little weird. I was like, well, okay then. But it wasn't enough to sour my experience. I was just going around roaming, and then it happens. And one little thing I'd like to give, Ubisoft brownie points for, something that I like, is part of the customization options. You can customize your teammates. You can customize their looks now, instead of just having the default looks for them for when the game first released. You can do that, which I like because it reminds me of Skate 3, when I always customized my teammates and just called them out to skate, just so I didn't, I don't know, it was just a little personal thing. I would always personally play narratives in my head. Oh boy.
Target number 5.
I would play these little narratives in my head and just have fun with that, and that's what makes the game even fun too. It gives me all these ideas for things I'd like to do. Just adding that personal touch to this game, it improved my experience. And so now I'd like to conclude here, just with all the updates that the game has had over over the past 2 years. I just think that it's
Cartel lieutenant.
good enough for
The HQ building, inside. Hang back, they see you.
just with everything building up towards, oh boy, just with everything building up towards Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and after having that Operation Oracle mission right now, I wanted to definitely play more of this and see what everyone else was talking about, how it got mixed reviews when it was first released, and I was just waiting to finally get this game, and when I did, happy enough that I got it. It was worth it. From what I've seen now, from what the game has to offer with different updates, different missions, I'm honestly a little late to the party, but it's still good. For its events featuring Rainbow Six Siege, Predator, Splinter Cell, and for all the other things for the Division now, I can play those missions all I want, and I'm just waiting to get my hands on the season pass because this game is just that good to me. For its little personal touch, it gained an extra point for me, and I would give this a 9 out of 10. Honestly, I will never know what this game was like when it first came out, but I just enjoyed it. I just enjoy it for what it is now, and I'm just happy. I'm just happy that I finally got it. Happy that I finally got it, and now I can play this all I want.
Hey, we got
and I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. It was an 8 because, to me, it was an 8 because I liked the storyline. I liked how the little banter between the characters was here and there, and I'm actually very happy with the gameplay now that I've finally gotten used to it. It's very good. I'm honestly also on, like, now that I'm on tier 1 mode, the difficulty just keeps getting higher. Enemies are smarter, and they're even deadlier as the higher in tier I go, which makes it a little more of a good challenge. And I am still trying ghost mode to this day. So yeah, it's been about a month. Loving the game. I recommend it if you're into very tactical shooters, and just have some fun with it. Now, enough of my review. We're gonna see what we can do here. Ow! Yes, that's one of the things that can happen. I guess that's what I guess that's my little karma for just trying to rush in. Yeah, we make a little cowboy on my team. That's what I like. And hope you guys enjoyed the review. I know it's a little dull, but this is just what I can work with at the moment. I am doing my best. I will do gameplay footage. I will do just little, pretty much almost as if it was Twitch. And hope you guys enjoy.